Good night, everyone. Just tonight, God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Ernestine Spirits Divine. Here to give you a little short news on tonight. First, we're going to start with a missing person. New Orleans police is searching for a man that reported missing after taking a ride share. His name was Matthew McGlinley, who's 57 years old. Um, he was last seen on Sunday when he entered a ride share service vehicle in a thousand block of Broadway Street. So he had entered a ride. He got a ride and sharing a ride, going to the hotel, and he never arrived to the hotel. Matthew ride share to his hotel, but he did not arrive. I am an unsolved missing divine, and I will meditate on his location. You know, so um, so what I'm gonna say is, when y'all getting a ride and you calling a cab or a lift or any kind of ride, please take a ride by yourself. Don't share a ride with no one else. Take the ride by yourself. Because he a ride share, he never ride to the hotel. So I am an unsolved missing divine, and I will meditate on his location on tonight. So I also want to talk to you about some human remains. I'm not talking about just like last month sometime with Las Vegas. So they have multiple human remains they constantly finding in front of Las Vegas. So more skeletons remain have been discovered. And Lake Mean follow. Earlier this month. Investigators confirmed. October the 17th. They discovered human bones in the area of Calvert Bay. A spokesman October the 18th, the second one, they found more human skeleton remains. So they constantly finding human remains, in Las Vegas. They constantly finding human remains. And National Park Service does not suspect a foul play in a country corner of the office was working to identify the remains. So they constantly finding these remains, and they constantly trying to identify who these human bones and skeletons belongs to. So they will work on identifying who the remains, several set of human remains. So they're gonna try to identify who these human remains belongs to. But as they constantly trying to identify these human remains, it constantly popping up. They constantly finding more and more. So they will identify, all the remains that could take months. They say it might take months, or years, if not years. So wind spray DNA example is recent. So getting an example from the remains and matching it with a living family member is the only way we can potentially solve these remains. So multiple times they find remains in here in Las Vegas. So we talk about this missing person. He caught a ride to his hotel, but he never arrived to his hotel. You know, so they're still investigating, and they also still trying to identify who these bones belongs to. So we also talk about these human remains they found. So the human remains they found, and they constantly find every time they're trying to identify who these bones belong to. They constantly trying to identify all these bones. Excuse me. Excuse me. They're constantly trying to identify these bones in Las Vegas. You know, but they constantly keep coming more and more in. So they said they could get an example of a family member. A living family member. That's the only way they can potentially solve this mystery. So I will meditate on the missing person on tonight. So that's all the short news I have for you on tonight, and I see you on the next video.